Hello and welcome to Eye on Port. This program is proudly brought to you by Serene Insurance, Goa Company Limited, the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, and Ghana Link, who are the operators of the Integrated Customs Management System. Our proud media partner is the Business and Financial Times. This week, we are discussing the National Integrated Maritime Strategy, and we're asking if that is a panacea to maritime insecurity. Over the weekend, players in Ghana's maritime industry met in Koforidua to discuss this National Integrated Maritime Strategy to see how best it can enhance Ghana's fortune in the maritime sector. Here's a report.
A three-day National Integrated Maritime Strategy Implementation Workshop has been held with the aim of developing a comprehensive implementation action plan. The workshop was attended by key stakeholders from the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ministry of National Security, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, Ministry of Transport, Ghana Maritime Authority, Ghana Navy, the Danish Embassy, Ghana Shippers Authority, Environmental Protection Agency, and many others. The Director of Legal at the Ministry of National Security, who is also the coordinator of the Security Governance Initiative, Osei Bonso-Dixon, stated that the government of Ghana was poised to use the NIMS implementation plan as a clarion document for an integrated response to Ghana's maritime challenges, particularly piracy, kidnapping, and armed robbery at sea.
And I'm very, very, very proud to be chairing a function that leads our country to look into the future deep and be able to bring interagency efforts to bear on our own strategy, a strategy created by a lot of the members of the Ghanaian government, particularly security structure and also its private sector.
The Deputy Director General in charge of operations and technical at the Ghana Maritime Authority, Daniel Apiening, called for a thriving, robust and sustainable maritime governance structure to reap the benefits of the blue economy. The National Security Coordinator, Major General Francis Edu Amanfo, retired, stressed the need for solutions to be obtained to address ocean governance challenges.
It is imperative for us to examine these evolving paradigms in search of effective solutions to our ocean governance challenges, but more importantly, to harness the great potential that the country's maritime commons present.
To further discuss the National Integrated Maritime Strategy and also see how best it can be implemented effectively, Eye on Port engaged some officials from SEMLOS Africa as well as Dr. Kofi Imbia, who provided some answers as to whether this National Integrated Maritime Strategy is a panacea to maritime security. Here's a report.
The Center for Maritime Law and Security Africa is banking its hopes on government for the immediate endorsement of the National Integrated Maritime Strategy to give way for its implementation, which can help Ghana enhance her fortunes in the maritime sector.
You followed the IMDEC, that's the International Maritime Exhibition and Defense Conference. The Vice President was, I believe, the guest of honor there. And he made a statement, which I'm paraphrasing, that government is going to endorse the Nims, that's the National Integrated Maritime Strategy. So I believe that, I would want to sound optimistic because I know that as a nation, we know the importance that, we know the importance of the blue economy to our general economy.
Likewise, a maritime law consultant and legal practitioner at Alliance Partners, Dr. Kofi Imbia, stated that political will is of utmost importance to the sustainability of the National Integrated Maritime Strategy.
And remember that without the political will, so I underline that, the political will, it is critical. This plan can be put in a glossy document and have all of the findings. But if we don't execute, if we don't implement, if we don't take the steps so that we can get the rational expected outcomes, then it will be an exercise in futility.
These remarks were made while expatiating on the benefits of the Nims on the Iron Port Life program. The National Integrated Maritime Strategy is a document that serves as a consolidated framework for the maritime domain to promote sustainability and security of Ghana's blue economy. A key outcome of the Security National Initiative, the Nims, was developed by an interagency maritime working group with technical support from the Center for Maritime Law and Security Africa and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, with funding from the Kingdom of Denmark. The officials from SEMLAWS Africa revealed that implementation of the strategy hinged on 6 strategic objectives. These include the strengthening of the framework for maritime governance, ensuring the safety and security for Ghana's maritime domain, developing a thriving blue economy, protecting marine and coastal environment, promoting capacity building, research, awareness, and knowledge sharing in the maritime domain, and the development of a dynamic and diversified regional and international cooperation. A fellow at SEMLAWS Africa, Godfred Sowakate, said the Nims takes into consideration piracy and armed robbery at sea, marine conservation, IUU fishing, and the livelihood of coastal communities.
So just as we see the challenges and the issues that the ocean brings with it, the ocean too has prospects, it has opportunities. And this is what the Nims is actually looking at addressing to get that blue economy running. Because with a thriving blue economy, jobs are created, livelihood goes higher. And what also happens is that issues like piracy, armed robbery at sea, it's likely, in fact, are likely to come to a minimum.
He said implementation of the National Integrated Maritime Strategy will be done in a bottom-up approach, encapsulating all necessary parties.
There is a tendency that if you should start it from the top, the people at the coastal communities are going to be a bit delineated from whatever process is going on. So what this document seeks to do is to put the sentiments, the sensitivities of the people at the coastal communities also into respect.
His counterpart, Stephanie Locke Larson, a research officer at SEMLAWS, also disclosed that a key objective of the Nims is to promote interagency approach.
Many agencies that deal with maritime matters, activities, and so forth. And so one of the essential points is to create a way of harmonizing their efforts and their work, their mandates, their way of operating to ensure that some of the objectives of the Nims can then be achieved.
She vouched for the practicability of the strategy, stating that accountability will be at the heart of implementation.
Accountability is definitely an essential point of the Nims. It's one of the guiding principles of the document, but it's also a priority action, a direct priority action under the Maritime Governance Strategic Objective. So there has been put a lot of emphasis to make sure that we develop these mechanisms to ensure the accountability, and that is part of the implementation plan to now come out with implied task that falls under this priority action to see how at best we can achieve this result.
Maritime law consultant and legal practitioner at Alliance Partners, Dr. Kofi Mbia praised the comprehensiveness of the Nims and highlighted the significance of integration and its implementation.
You have the fishery, you have oil and gas, you have recreation, you have tourism. All of these things are within the marine environment. At the same time, there are issues of the protection of the marine environment. There are issues of security in the marine environment. For once, this strategy integrated, I mean the word is integrated, brings together all of these focal points so that we can now draw synergies, from the complementarities that exist in each of these. Other than that, these will be developed in silos.
He also propounded the importance of regional collaboration for the success of the Nims in maritime security and ocean governance.
For example, makes it quite clear that no one country can do it alone, and therefore the collaboration among the states becomes very important. I mean, you indicated that Nigeria has resourced its navy. If the other countries along the coast do not resource their navies, then what happens is that you will be shifting the acts of piracy and armed robbery at sea from the Nigerian waters to those of Benin, Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire.
Dr. Imbia called for the establishment of defined legal framework that would complement the administrative and operational roles of the various organizations to avoid overlaps or gaps during implementation of the Nims.
Eye on Port returns after this break.
Every now and again, GOIL makes good things happen. This time, GOIL has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with GOIL Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. GOIL has that sorted. GOIL, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Utiliser les ports de Tema et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit. Une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de Tema et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
Now, welcome back from the break. News and activities happening within the port and maritime industry next.
The Minister of Transport, Kweku Fore-Siama, has officially introduced his two deputies to the management of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, which is an agency under the ministry. The deputy ministers, Hassan Tampuli and Frederick Obeng Adom, are to assist the minister deliver on the president's vision for the transport sector. Addressing management of GPHA, the transport minister called for the support and cooperation of the authority to enable him give directives that will enhance the profitability and progress of the authority.
It is my responsibility to give directives. And without your support or your cooperation, I cannot give that directive. And if you support me and I don't give directive to, there's always a lacuna. So let us try and find a way that we can all work together.
The Director General of GPHA, Michael Lugoje, pledged the commitment of management of the authority in ensuring that there is a fruitful relationship between the ministry and the authority.
We'll continue to do the best that is required of us and also work with the ministry to ensure that government's program for the port sector is well executed and government's objectives are attained for the sector.
The delegation, which also included the Chief Director of the Ministry, Mabel Sego, toured the port of Tema, where they were addressed by the Harbour Master, Captain Francis Kwesi Micah.
Apart from the GPHA crafts that are in here, we have other players in the port. Just opposite us, we have the craft belonging to GMA, who often at times, because of their designated function, go on patrols to facilitate their posted control and at the same time environmental checks.
They also proceeded to inspect the progress of work at the MPS Terminal 3, where the construction of a fourth berth is ongoing.
Compared to STC would not go to every trot station to drop off people. So the STC of a ship would come here, it will drop the passengers, in which case is the container, and then the transshipment vessels, the smaller vessels, will come and pick them and take them to other ports on the west coast.
Goil, in the service of the nation. North, south, east and west, wherever we put you first. Goil, goil, goil is good energy.
Goil is good energy.
Services so friendly to the nation.
Na okase ope fuel biato say ye super say ye diesel say lubricant ni nyina no goel eni dikai o mampanyika o mampanya bendi akire ministers speaker of parliament eni agobia ka bia soja fo ka kase please go a edi adi nyina police fo ka kase ni nyina goel eni digumu senya ankomonto seja papa ya fa ngugo mpanyika ema na engine go hwini mu wa wusu petrol and asa diesel oba gas station also pe diesel gama na lubricant bia no eno ma nyinu ne wom effective viscosity and performance it you are brought there all you do how you do so what dan is so chill na ko olusu no enkore ni it's again as say we are here she said enkora no a etimi say temperature ko up to 50 degrees Celsius for now. We bet you use our oil. Intimate oil is the abundant. We use super motor oil. You woman and say super motor oil, and you motor oil, and you diesel gamma. We know AFV. Say two baby. Now we use diesel car, and now we use petrol car. Now all you be anywhere. Grab a power. We bet you the work. Motor oil. It take care of petrol cars and a diesel car. Run 95. You can't run one. Run ya di dinamo and petrol na holding anya esitie eti ya di number ena ebe dinamo number na ekosoro no na holding so ya be ekosoro eti ya petrol na holding no e wosoro pa and also in the highest in addition to that and I said ya di and also so agumu a extra benefit and I said e yam fa so die mu a ebe our home. If we say Mufu Iba Espino, and I'm Toby, started the year, now me can't move. But if we say me toss up, saa deɛ no nyinaa fi ɛti ɛfiri ɔno ara na mataa bɛpem no a mene mu gyina ha yɛ
goil ana metɔ ɛgu me kraa mu sɛ menyaa goil a ntimi gyina na maso makora sɛ nkɔhwɛ baabi a goil ɛwɔ na ɔnkɔtɔ fuel mmerɛ nti metɔ fuel ɛwɔ goil filling station aha sɛ matɔ fuel wɔ ha de biara
Bamcho, let's use goil. But product is very, very nice. I say Obia used to be. Because I use gas, I used to be by a bar going it's something terrible. Yes, Obia a cover. I'm I had it, it's very nice to be actually 9-1. To God, Papa.
North, south, east and west, we always stand for the best. Goil, goil, goil is good energy.
It's now time for some international port and maritime news.
Dubai-based port and terminal operator DP World has once again won an international ruling against the Djiboutian government concerning the Doha container terminal. An arbitral tribunal of the London Court of International Arbitration has ruled against Djibouti's port company, Port de Djibouti SA, in its dispute with DP World, confirming Djibouti's unlawful move to terminate its joint venture agreement and transfer its shares to the state. Florida-based expedition cruise ship owner Sunstone Ships has taken delivery of the second out of 7 next-generation Infinity-class expedition cruise vessels at China Merchants Heavy Industry. The vessel Ocean Explorer is 104 meters long, 18 meters wide, and has a draft of 5.1 meters. It is built with mechanisms for safe return to port, dynamic positioning, and zero-speed stabilizers, and belongs to Ice Class 1A Polar Code 6. Furthermore, the ship features Ulstein X-bow design that is expected to deliver significant operating efficiencies. Vitsa, a Danish towage provider and Maersk subsidiary, has signed a 10-year time charter party with FGen LNG, a subsidiary of FirstGen, for the provision of towage and other vessel support services required by FGen LNG's interim offshore LNG terminal. These will feature a floating storage and regasification unit that will be located at the FirstGen Clean Energy Complex in Batangas City in the Philippines.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Utiliser les ports de Tema et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit, une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de Tema et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
On schedules of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, plus the Bank of Ghana exchange rate you need to know to clear your goods at the port next. We have your comments next.
Amos from Kumasi asks, what role does technology play in the National Integrated Maritime Strategy? Hi Amos, a resource person from Semlos Africa says, technology will play a key role in research, development and further initiatives. Francis from Tema says, how are we going to ensure accountability of all agencies involved in the Nims? Semlos says, accountability is a direct priority action under the Maritime Governance Strategic Objective.
This is where we draw the curtain on Iron Port. Thank you for watching and join us same time next week.